Hello, everyone. It's song time. I'm sorry, I am forcing you guys to listen to a song. It's going to be relevant. Just listen, okay? Hi, everyone. Chastity, Geraldine, Miss White Swan, Dennis. Nice to see you. Your darkest day. Sun is up and the colors blinding. Take a world and redefine it. Leave behind your narrow mind. You'll never be the same. Come alive. Come and light your life. Let it burn so bright. Reaching up to the sky. And so white. Your electrified. The world becomes a fantasy, and you're more than you could ever be. Cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. And you know you can't go back again to the world that you were living in. Cause you're dreaming with your eyes wide open. So come alive. I see it in your eyes. You believe that lie, that you need to hide your face. Afraid to step outside. So you lock the door, but don't you stay that way. No more living in no shadows. You and me, we know how that goes. Cause once you see it, everyone get in here, guys. No, hi, Jason. You can prove there's more to you. You can't feel safe. Come alive. Come alive. Life, your life, let it burn so bright. You should love. To the sky, let it open up, you're electrified. All right, this was fun. We're gonna turn it down now. Get a little light weaving, but this is gonna be relevant. So I hope you heard a little bit of the message behind what that song was. Okay, which is basically about coming alive, about not being afraid to take risks and follow your dreams. Okay, that once you do that, like the world becomes a fantasy, and you're so much more than you could be because you're dreaming with your eyes wide open, right? You're dreaming with your eyes wide open. So, welcome. Hi, Terry. Hi, Victor. I don't know if I said hi to Victor already yet, but I think I did, but maybe not. Obviously, you guys can hear me in the chat. This is good. I have my Greatest Showman outfit on right now. That's what this is. I thought this was perfect. I don't have the hat that I was wearing with this before, but we're going to get into that. We're going to talk about that, the alchemist hat. Hi, Queen Victor. I am super excited to share with you some of the crazy magical experiences I have been having as of the past couple months, I would say. When it comes to leading me up to this 12/12 gathering that I just got back from in Florida. It was wonderful. Oh, thank you, Chesty. Appreciate that. Yeah, this is okay. So if you see the thumbnail, right, of my stream, I picked the thumbnail of from the movie The Greatest Showman, and that has literally been my life for the past couple months. I have been living The Greatest Showman, and I wasn't, like this is how spirit talks to me. So I'm actually kind of excited to show you some of the crazy weird synchronicities that come along. First, though, I did want to say thank you to Alex and Victoria Bloom if they ever happen upon my channel. I did want to at least say thank you for inviting me to that 12/12 gathering, because I honestly didn't know what I was getting myself into. I wasn't sure what to expect. I thought it was just going to be like a gathering of friends and like we're just going to be hanging out or whatever. But no, it was like a whole event. It was like a whole retreat. And they had an itinerary and everything. They had all these practitioners set to come. Like, first of all, people that were there that were already practitioners, okay, that were going to be doing ceremonies. We did like an opening ceremony. We did a closing ceremony. We had drumming ceremony. We had meditation. We had a sound bath. Gosh, there was just so much, and there were so many talented people there. And I was just it was like, wow, like, look where I've attracted myself to. look at the group of people I have found myself in, is what it felt like. I was kind of just blown away by it, because there are so many people there that just were, I thought, were just amazing. You know, first of all, Jennifer and Brian from the Star Knowledge conferences, they were there, and they have a pretty significant role. At least Jennifer for sure does, because she actually popped up. Spirit was talking about her to me through a Lord of the Rings character. So that's why I put the Greatest Showman and the Lord of the Rings, because the Lord of the Rings came up just a little bit too. Okay, so what was this all about, right? Like this has been the hardest thing. It's like, how, for me, okay, it's like, how do I get this to be like a linear story for people? Because, you know, you're always hopping all over the place when you're experiencing things, you know, you're connecting things to the past, you know, and connecting the dots, so to speak. I guess I kind of already said that, but so yeah, hold on, I'm just popping in here into the chat again real quick. Hi, Braden. Hi, Heidi. Nice to see you guys here. Nice to see you. So what this truly was all about, this is what they started with. I think this is how, okay, so for the Greatest Showman. So I'm like, the first song that they sent me, this is how my heart songs work, okay? My heart songs work like this. Like, a song starts popping into my head, right? Now I got to listen to this song, okay? Something about it is just exciting me so much, and I just have to go and listen. Okay, what is it that Spirit might be trying to tell me? Okay? Like, I know when a heart song has come along. I know when I am living one of the songs, okay? When it just, I can't not listen to it. Do you ever have something like that? It's like where you just get hooked on a song and you have to just sit there and you have to listen to it on repeat again and again and again. You know, like for me, I call that downloading songs. Okay, like that, I'm downloading the energy of that song. I'm experiencing it. This is why I'm attracted to this song, is because there's something outside of me that I'm experiencing when it comes to this song. Okay, so yeah, I'm just trying to. Okay, sorry guys, I like wrote this stuff down, but I'm like still trying to bridge. Like, how do I like jump into this? Like, how do I dive in and let you guys know? See, because at first I didn't really know what it was that they were trying to convey to me. Right? It took me a minute to figure out. Oh, that's what this is all about. Okay, so I guess where I will start with is this. It turns out, not only was I going to go and get realigned, right? I felt like physically, spiritually, emotionally, like being in that group, like it was a sign for me that I'm an opportunity to get in realignment physically with my mission and like kind of help me propel me on my way, right? You know what? I think I might have to take this off in a second, but I was trying to wait because I want to reveal what's underneath this, because I have another thing, another outfit underneath this that I wanted to show you guys. But anyway, I digress. I'm just deciding, am I going to take it off now? Yeah, because I'm already getting heated up. So let's just take a little breath, because I'm about to reveal my new form. I'm going to take off my showman outfit, right? Or aka an alchemist outfit. This was my alchemist outfit for the alchemist hat that I bought. Okay, I bought an alchemist hat for Matthew Morningham for his birthday, and Spirit has been talking to me about this gift for months. I didn't even know that's what they were talking to me about. That this is what it was all about. It was about this hat, because it was a very symbolic thing, right? So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take this off. And we're gonna reveal to you now, though, my new form. I am transforming. Magical girl transformation sequence. Please begin. Right? Okay. Oh, look at all the layers I had on me, right? 1, 2, 3. That's what it takes. Behold, be not afraid. I am now your biblically accurate angel. Woo! And I have news for the people. So yes, I absolutely love this. I got this down in Florida. It is Turkish cotton, and I absolutely love it. So I had to show you guys that. So now we are in our biblically accurate angel mode. I want you all to join me now. Okay, as your biblically accurate angel self. All right, just go feel free and just imagine it for yourself. Okay. So what this was all about was, now, years ago, when I first saw this movie, The Holy Mountain. Okay, I'm just gonna be real with you guys. I saw this movie. And I'm not joking, me and my divine masculine self, immediately we were like, I need to buy him that hat. I need to get Matthew Morning that hat, you know, because he's the one that introduced me to the Holy Mountain. And he's been the greatest teacher that I've had to date, guys. Like, he's really taken me through a lot of healing, him and Honora. And so right off the bat, I knew, oh my God, like, he's an alchemist. He is an alchemist. That's what's been going on. He's a true alchemist. That's such an amazing thing. You understand? A true alchemist. And I'll get into a little bit of examples of what I mean by that, because a great example actually happened. It was kind of a sad thing for me, but it was actually also like a great example of what an alchemist can do, what they are capable of, what can result from just being that, okay, that thing, right? So I decided a long time ago I was going to look for this hat, because part of what I do to show respect and honor and love, right, for the people who have been there for me and have helped me grow and heal, right, is I get gifts for them, right? When I go to these conferences, I ask Spirit. I just love to do it. It's like a love language, I guess, for me in a way, you know, like I want to show people how much they mean to me. I want to show them I see them, right? And so I've been planning to get this hat, but I looked for it and immediately I could not find it, okay? And so that's when I knew that I had to wait. Okay? That's what happens sometimes. Sometimes I get this idea. I know something is exciting. This could happen. I could get this thing for him. I could show him what Spirit is showing me for him, you know. And if it doesn't show up right away, it just means you have to wait. You have to wait for the right time. So that's what was happening. We needed to wait for the right time. And so every couple months I would go back and I would go search for this hat. And I just knew when the time was right, I would find it, right? And finally, after so long, I found the hat, all right? And I was so fucking excited. I was like, oh my God, finally it's there. And so I was a little hesitant though. I was a little hesitant to get it. Spirit eventually motivated me, like, okay, we bought the hat now. But now I'm okay, so I buy the hat and I'm like, but now I'm scared. You know, now I'm scared to give him this hat. And they're, you know, and it's like, why would I be scared to give him this hat? Why would I be scared? And I'll be like, because you fucking know why. Because Matthew Mordian hates to have a hat imposed upon him. Okay, like I already know this about him. I know I would never want to feel like forcing someone to wear something that they don't want to or they don't feel comfortable with. And so I was like, man, this is kind of risky because I'm scared and I don't want to make him feel like he has to even do anything with this. Like I want this to be like a symbolic gift, a symbolic present. All right. So I was telling my divine masculine, like, you need to go talk to him and you need to make sure like this is going to go over smoothly, because once I get that hat to Florida, it can't come back with me, basically. Right. So Spirit began working its magic. Okay. And the first song, and there's multi-layers to this, but the first song that they started bringing to me about this, when this whole situation started going down. Now, granted, again, it took me a little bit to figure out that this is exactly what they're talking about. I just knew from the excitement of the song that it created inside me. I'm like, okay, this is it, because this is how Spirit talks to me. They talk to me through music. Okay. I got a music angel here with me. He talks to me through music. So they start sending me the song from the soundtrack, The Greatest Showman. The first song they sent me was a song called The Other Side. Okay. And I did talk about that some a couple weeks back when we were getting into, when I rapped the I don't fuck with you song. Okay. That was the song I was originally going to open with. Right. And so The Other Side. So what was Spirit saying to me through this song, The Other Side? Okay. Well, what the song is about, basically, and what the scene, because the videos are important too, what the scene was about is the Hugh Jackman character, right? He's the lead, the ringleader of the circus, okay? And he's trying to convince Zac Efron's character to join him as a partner in his show. Right now, right off the bat, I got to tell you, anytime a Hugh Jackman character comes along, I already know that's me. I already know that's my divine masculine self. That role is mine, that I am the Hugh Jackman character. And I know this because we already had another example of that in The Artist and the Angel Hunter and the Artist. Okay. Les Miserables, the Hugh Jackman version. that I was the Hugh Jackman character in that movie too, for me, for when Spirit's talking to me. So I always know when a Hugh Jackman character comes along for me, I pay attention because usually I can relate to it somehow. Usually Spirit's going to be telling me something about myself and what it is I'm experiencing, okay, through me paying attention to this particular actor. I also have a girl actor too, Keira Knightley. Anytime I come across a Keira Knightley film, that's me, like it's fun to do, guys. Like, this is how you figure out like which characters are you drawn to the most. It's going to tell you about yourself. You can use those characters as mirrors, okay, to look at yourself, okay. And not only that, but to maybe even try to reinvent yourself even a little bit. Maybe there's something about that character that you look up to and you want to be more like that, right? It gives you things to aspire to be, right? So back to the other side. So the other side song, again, this is all about Hugh Jackman trying to convince Zac Efron to join him as a partner in his show. It is metaphorical or symbolic. It's a metaphorical or symbolic leap into a different, more exciting and unconventional realm. He's basically saying, take the risk, break away from the same old part you got to play. But the thing about the Zac Efron character at this point is that, because Hugh Jackman is basically like, I can see you got a flair for show talent, like for show business. Like, come on and join my team here, And Zac Efron's character is like, no, I like that show you do. I admire you, but you're running a circus, and I'm running with the highbrows basically, and I would be shamed and outcast, and I can't be associated with you. Basically, was the Zac Efron character saying. But towards the end of the song, he switches it up. And he's like, well, that is intriguing. Tell me more, basically, because Hugh Jackman is telling Zac Efron, listen, I got these keys. You see, I got these keys for you. Okay. And I too, I have some keys for people. I'm here with you guys, sharing these keys with you. What is the key that I have? A key to unlock the Zac Efron character from the cage that he's living in. Okay, to give him the freedom to dream. I have the keys to unlocking dreams. All right. Now, and I thought about this cage thing too, the symbolic cage that we put ourselves in, and what I really truly believe the cage is our own self-imposed limitations. It's the beliefs that we hold about ourselves and about what we're capable of. So Hugh Jackman is basically trying to convince Zac Efron, hey, if you do like I do, then it will give you that freedom to dream. And next thing you know, you'll be flying high, right? And so, like I said, Zac Efron was like, no. But then eventually he's like, okay, yeah. You know what? Let's go ahead and let's do that. Let's have some fun together. We don't need to worry about the cage because we can make the keys to get out of it. All right. So Spirit sends me this song, and I'm just loving it. Okay, I'm just loving it. I'm feeling like, okay, what's next? Like, what's the next song, right? Because I'm always waiting for them to talk to me in songs. All right, and so the next song that they came with, again, they're sending me more of The Greatest Showman, because sometimes I never know. Is it just going to be one song, right? Or is it going to be like multiple together? I love when they weave at least 3 or 4 songs together in my life for me to be living, because it makes life magical. I don't know what to tell you guys. It makes life magical. It's like I want to get to that part 2 in a second, but we're gonna pause on that, okay? Because no, they're saying go ahead and say this part now. Okay, so because here's the thing, guys. There was a study once I watched. It was on a video on YouTube or something, right, where they're telling you about things. There was this study done. It was from this guy, Vsauce, right? Michael here, Vsauce. Okay, so he did this video where he was talking about the brain, all right, and how it registers things. Like when they look at a brain, okay, and you're doing, like, let's say you're running a marathon, right? Well, all of the places that trigger in the brain, right, they also trigger even if you just close your eyes and you imagine running the marathon. The same places in the brain will light up even if you're not running it. It doesn't matter whether you're running it or whether you're not running it. If you just imagine it, your brain can't tell the difference between what is real and what isn't. Okay, this is how you start to unlock your dreams. Okay, this is how you start to make your life, start to build your beliefs, your belief system. Okay, but you have to at first give yourself the freedom to dream. You know, I feel like that's one of the first things they really beat out of us. You know, like growing up, you're not allowed to daydream. You know, yeah, don't believe in those fantasies. That's not possible. You know, and that is what starts to build that cage around us, is people telling us like these things aren't possible. These things you think about, these things you daydream about, they're not possible. You know, but they are, is the thing. If everything exists, okay, if every option exists all the time, like if everything's happening all at once, right? And our consciousness is just our perception, our conscious awareness is what's aligning us with whatever timeline, okay, that we are kind of choosing in a way, right? So then you start to switch those timelines, okay, with your daydreams, with your beliefs of what's possible. Now you can't push too hard too fast, and I've talked about this plenty of times before. It's a slow build. You have to work slow. Okay, you have to do one little manifestation at a time, something that you believe is possible. You can't, okay, it's like when you buy a lottery ticket. For me, I don't think I don't have the belief that I'll ever win the lottery. Okay, so I couldn't be like, okay, well, now I'm just going to daydream about this and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to win the lottery. That's too hard of a wall for me to push down and break, personally. You know, there's other things that I can use in place of that type of a manifestation, and do a slow build to where you can do bigger and bigger and bigger things. And then you're creating, like, you're more than you could ever be, because you're dreaming with your eyes wide open, right? Like, that's what brings this stuff about. So anyway, let's get back to what Spirit was telling me. So now they told me after the, okay, I'm like, I register this. Okay. Like, I get it. The other side, we're trying to talk this Zac Efron character, whoever this might be. I had my suspicions of who it might be, but I still have to wait. So we're trying to talk whoever it is to being a part of our show, to like being a part of our world, so to speak, what it is, what we're creating here. And again, you have to think about too, the Hugh Jackman character, the ringleader, what is he the ringleader of? He's the ringleader of trying to find all those people out there in the world that are so special and so unique and are so talented, but they're afraid to show themselves. We're trying to bring those people out of the darkness and give them a place so that they know they have somewhere to show off their talents and to be proud of themselves. You know, so so that was the second song, right? We had The Other Side, then we have Come Alive. Okay. Truly, the world can become a living dream. But let's go on to the next song. What's the next one? Sorry, guys, I've got it written all down here, but I actually rewrote it twice, so it's like I have to go back to it. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay. So then the next song that came to me that they kept playing was a song called From Now On. Okay, now, and I did mention this song once before, too. This is what they have been repeating to me for the past, I don't know, like month and a half, right? Maybe 2 months, all right? So, so yes, I brought this song up before. We're basically, what's waited till tomorrow starts tonight, right? Okay, the song actually starts off with the tower card keeps coming to mind, because they keep talking about breaking down walls. They keep talking about well, let's just say from now on. Let's see, how did that start? Basically, the Hugh Jackman character, he saw the sun begin to dim, and he felt those winter winds grow cold. And he says, a man learns who is there for him when the glitter fades and the walls won't hold. Because from that rubble, what remains can only be what's true. If all was lost, there's more I gained, because it led me back to you. Sorry, it's hard for me not to sing it when I'm trying to say the words, so just bear with me for the cringe of it, because this is me living my dream, and I love it. So anyway, so the Hugh Jackman character, he's basically saying, my guide over here, my Mr. Universe, he's basically saying, like, a man learns who was there for him when the tower moments come. When that happens, when you are shaken down to your core, the things that is left, what's most important, that's what comes to light, and it's family. That's what it comes down to. It's family that's the most important. Okay. And what they mean to you, and who was there for you, who stood by you, who supported you. All right. So I'm like, wow, this is really cool. This is really great. I'm vibing with all these songs, right? And so finally, the hat comes in the mail. And I'm super excited about it. But at the same time, a little bit of the Lord of the Rings characters start coming through me a little bit, because I'm thinking to myself, Lord of the Rings, it just kept coming up, you know? And I really loved this hat. I really loved this hat. I was like, oh man, I put it on. I was like, oh, I want to keep this hat in a way, you know? And they flashed before me. They're like, you know, Bilbo Baggins when he doesn't want to give the ring to Frodo, right? And I'm like, why shouldn't I keep the hat? I'm the one who bought the hat. I should keep it, you know? And I'm like, they're like, no, it's not for you. It's not your gift, you know? And I'm like, you're right. You're right. You're right. So I'm going to have to give him the gift, right? The other, let's see, should I talk about the other Lord of the Rings thing real quick, or should we just go on to the next part? So yeah, I'll just brief them. The other Lord of the Rings example that they gave me was they kept insisting that I watch this scene with Lady Galadriel where she does the mirror, right? She pours the water into the mirror for Frodo to look in. And then Frodo tests her with the ring. They kept showing me this scene. They kept saying, look at this scene, you know? And I thought, yeah, you know, I do recall a moment in my life where I felt a little bit like the Lady Galadriel character. And it was like, and I passed my test. I passed my initiation, right? And so I was like, why are we even like looking at this, right? Well, that was going to come into play later on during the meditation, because it turns out that the character of Lady Galadriel was actually Jennifer from the Star Knowledge Conference, and what she was doing, like literally how she did the opening meditation ceremony. Like, okay, like she got this cup and this bowl and she poured the water in it. She like got this sand and these plates and she drew these symbols in it and stuff like that. And then the meditation she took us through, yeah. Okay, yeah. Sorry, guys, I'm like really out of order with my stuff today because I just, for some reason, could not find a way to freaking, like, which part comes first, which part comes next, right? Okay, so the meditation I had at the retreat, all right, was basically we were supposed to connect with a version of ourselves, either our like I guess a higher self fractal, right? They had a bunch of different things that they said connect to one of these things, and so the version of myself that I chose to connect to was my reptilian side. Okay, because I've been very inspired by Anthony from Canadian Awareness lately, as you all have known at this point. You know, y'all know that I'm like super like excited about all the work that he's been putting out. I have a video still to watch. I have saved up for tomorrow, but even the last video he did that I watched, oh my God, did it set me free. I was like, holy shit, there's keys there. He has got some really great keys. He did a video, it was on sexuality, and I thought it was so funny because I just did my video about sacred sexuality, and then the next video he did was on sexuality, and there was a lot of alignment with it. There were some things that were a little off, but there was a lot of alignment and things that I've been wondering about reptilian sexuality that he clarified for me, and I was like, I fucking knew it. You know? But anyway, I digress. I decided to connect with my reptilian self. And they basically, the meditation said for us to hold out our hands and offer them something. And that whatever object I needed to offer, okay, would appear in my hands. And wouldn't you know it, the thing that appeared in my hands was a gold ring. Like, wow, okay, you know, like that's funny considering it's not like I was actively thinking about the fact that Spirit had talked to me about Lord of the Rings and compared that, and you know, here I am now, and I'm handing this ring over to my reptilian self, okay, my soul braid walk-in, right? And then in return, we were supposed to get something, right? So I gave the ring over, and then the object that appeared in my hands in return was a laurel crown wreath, and it had glittery etheric gold all up in it like this, and it immediately reminded me of the Six of Rods tarot card. I was like, okay, so I'm going to be successful, because that is, I'm leaning more towards that part of myself now, because I see how powerful it can be. I see how much it could help me. You know, I'm naturally drawn towards it. It gets me more excited than anything else, any other parts of myself that I want to connect to if it comes to stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what gets me excited. And clearly I've already made this choice, because why was my soul bride walking a white reptilian, human hybrid Draco reptilian? Well, I don't even know how you want to say all that. Obviously I've already made this choice, you know, so now's the time. So now I'm stepping into that. I'm going to lean into that. And so I thought that was very interesting that Lord of the Rings and all that lined up like this. Apparently I was the Frodo character. And that's the other thing. And I want you guys, I'm going to tell you this part, and then we're going to hold on to that for the end, because we're going to get into it at the end. Of course, I have some freaking tea to spill. Of course, just stay till the end if you want to hear the fucking drama. I'm going to get into it anyway. That might have been like my first swear word of the night, right? I'm starting to get into it. I'm getting fired up now. Okay, so anyway, back to what I was saying though. Okay. So let me see if I can even pull it back. I might have just totally messed myself up over here. Yes, there we go. Lady Galadriel and what she's saying. So she says to Frodo in that scene, she says, the fellowship is breaking. You know of whom I speak. You know, he will try to take the ring. Right? And I was like, I didn't think this at the time. You know, I didn't think that that warning would be something that I really needed to heed. Okay. And I'm just hold on to that. We're going to get back to it. Okay. Let's go back though to the songs. Okay. Because something really fucking crazy happened. And I just thought, this is a prime example of the type of shit that I'm talking about when it comes to how spirit talks to me through music and such. Okay. So I'm driving, right? I'm driving after all these other songs have come to me, and I finally mailed the hat off. Okay, it took me forever to make myself go and do it, because I literally could not take it with me on the plane and because I couldn't pack it in my suitcase because I was too afraid of it getting bent up. Like, this hat's very special. Okay, this hat's very, very special. So I had to ship it down there to the Airbnb that we were staying in. Well, I had to ship it to Alex and Victoria, and they were going to bring it to the Airbnb. And so the day I went and did that, I was thinking, I was driving around. I did it first thing in the morning. And then I just drove around like I always do, door dashing and thinking about things and thinking about my next dream and the next part of the Blue Fairy origin story that I'm going to be doing, because we're about to get into the sacred marriage ceremony or the chemical wedding, whichever one you want to call it. When we're about to get into my heart activation. And so I was thinking about my heart, and I was thinking about it being activated, right? I was thinking again how I was just letting myself be filled with love about the whole event and about everything that happened to me. And so I was just saying, and like trying to word things in my mind. And, you know, sometimes, you know how it is, like when you're just saying things that you want to say in your mind, like unfiltered, you know, like you just, but I knew, I was like, okay, I'm feeling this way and I'm thinking all these words, and I never would say this out loud exactly this way, but, you know, like thinking it. And so I'm driving home that night. And as I'm driving home, my YouTube music app flips to a song. Like someone, it was like spirit took, it was like it was a radio station. Okay, like a radio knob. Like spirit just took it and they turned it to a song. Okay, and I didn't particularly want to hear this song. I'll tell you what it was in a second. And so I tried pressing forward, you know, or pressing backwards to go back to the other song that I was listening to, and it wouldn't budge. Okay, now I know when electronics act up like this for me, it usually is spirit talking to me, right? But what you all know my rules, right? I have one weird thing, okay, maybe spirit. Two weird things, like if I'm iffy on things, right? Two weird things, okay, now I'm paying attention. Three weird things, okay, this is spirit talking to me, okay? So they take the radio, they take my YouTube music app, and they switch it to this song. And the song is Crying by Roy Orbison. Crying over you, right? That song. And I'm like, I don't want to hear this song. I'm like, what? You know, I'm a manifester. You know, I freaking hear music, and that usually is a sign that either I'm living it or I'm going to freaking manifest it. Like, why would you put this song on? I'm like, I don't want to hear this song, this crying song. I don't want to be crying. Like, no, thank you. So I closed the app. You know, I restart it. I put another song on. I start listening to this other song. And it does it again. And it flips it to another song. Now, it flips it to a song now. I've never even heard this song before. Okay. And this song, it was so cringe. It's so bad. I honestly don't really like the sound of this song, but I will say this. Part of what I was thinking about my heart activation was I was thinking, you know what it's like? It's like when my heart started, okay, and I felt like the fifth element and the love came alive in it, right? It was like someone just came along and they just stamped it. Boom, boom, stamp. That's what I said to myself. I kept thinking about it. Just like, boom, stamp. You just stamped me with, I love this person. I love this thing. Like, now that's what we're doing. We're taking and we're finding all the things I love and we're stamping it, my heart with it, like a prayer wheel. Okay, that's kind of what I see it as too. Like the blue fairy heart, it's like a prayer wheel. Okay, as it beats, as it spins. Okay, because that's what the chestahedron that Rudolf Steiner talked about, it spins. Okay, and inside it, that spinning energy creates the vortex that creates the shape of the heart. Okay. And so I was like, wow, it's like my heart's like a prayer wheel. And we've just been branding it. Right? We've just been branding it with things that I love. And the first thing that this blue fairy heart loved was the person who activated it. You know, I was thinking that. And I was, again, boom, stamp. The song was called Boom Clap. Boom Clap. It was by some Charlie XCX or something like that. And it basically went, boom, clap the beat of my heart. The sound goes on and on and on and on. And boom, clap, you make me feel good. Come on to me. Come on to me. But not just the chorus, the whole goddamn song. The whole song was literally all the words that I had been saying to myself that day. I'd never heard the song before. How magical is that? That you could be thinking and preparing and putting this creative work together, this creativity, this creative outlet, these live streams that I'm working on that, and Spirit literally gives me a whole song. I told you I'm dealing with a music angel here. Okay, you get a whole song. So anyway, the lyrics of that song, as bad as it is, in all honesty, was my feelings that day. So I'm like, okay, impressive. I'm always impressed when they do this for me. Close the app, because it wouldn't go into any other song. That's the thing. It also wouldn't go to any other song, and it even had another picture over top of what the album cover even was. And I asked them about that. I said, why did you put, because I went back to the song later on, and I saw it, I'm like, that's a completely different album cover than what you even had on there. I'm like, what's that about? And they were like, we didn't want you to be shocked by the word on the album cover, because that had nothing to do with the song that we're like, we knew in your human mind might be like, oh my God, is this a sign that I shouldn't be listening to this or something? Because it literally was like the album cover for it is like a pink picture and it just says sucker, right? And so I'm like, they were like, we didn't want you to have that kind of a jarring, we wanted the song to come through the way it was supposed to and be received properly. So I was like, okay, I get it. So anyway, I'm listening. I put my music back on because it wouldn't go to any other songs again. So I reset the app. I started back up again. I put on a song. Ready? Not once, not twice, but 3 times. 3 times. It does it again. And it turns it to the song, a song from The Greatest Showman, but a song that I don't ever listen to. When it comes to the Greatest Showman soundtrack, I only listened to like 4 different songs, all right, which I basically kind of went over. It was, right, The Other Side, Come Alive, From Now On, and Never Enough, I think, was another one that I kind of got, that one is, like I used to love it, but I kind of, something about it. Anyway, so the song that comes on is from the opening of the movie, and it's called, the song is actually just called The Greatest Show. Okay, where basically the ringleader, he's coming out, he's prepared to put on this circus act, right? He's got all the weirdos, he's got all the people that are talented and gonna put on this show. He's got them all together. The audience is just pounding the floor, they're ready to go. Okay, and so it starts off like as soon as I heard it. Okay, so we got remember, let's just remember where we're at with this, right? Okay, so I just shipped this hat off that I was terrified of giving, okay, to Matthew, because I thought, what if he hates it? What if he feels like I'm forcing him to, I don't know, to be something he's not? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to get the right thing. I want to show respect. Okay. And so I send the hat off, and we've been listening to The Greatest Showman, all these different things, all about trying to talk someone into like joining the show. Okay. And coming alive. Don't be afraid. We got these keys. All right. And the show, the song starts off with, ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for. And immediately I'm like, whoa, like what's going on here, you know? And so I listened to the whole song, and it basically is talking about, tell me, don't you want to go where it's covered in all the colored lights, right? We're running. Okay, I'm just thinking, running the night. Impossible comes true. It's taken over you. Oh, this is the greatest show. We light it up. We won't come down. And the sun can't stop us now. Watching it come true. It's taken over you. Okay, so basically, yeah, so it's coming true. My dreams are coming true. I'm going to be able to give him this hat. But not only that, if you watch the video, because you know videos always usually have something meaningful and for me in it too, right? The song, the video is all about the Hugh Jackman character going out there with this top hat on, okay? And he's, you know, doing the thing, and then he tosses the hat to all the different various, the main actors, right? That were wonderful in their parts, each and every one of their different parts. He's tossing it to all of them, and they're all just singing the song. And then they give him the hat back, and he goes over to the Zac Efron character, and he hands him the hat. He says, this is for you. You know? And so immediately I knew, okay, the crying song, boom, clap, greatest show. They want me to wear the hat to give him the hat. Okay. Like, yeah, we could do something like that, because that's the thing. Isn't that what's exciting? And gift giving is always really awkward too, right? Opening gifts in front of people, that's so awkward, you know? And I'm thinking, wow, that would be so much of a better way to do it. Like, let's show them, like, this is actually like a ceremony here. Like, what we're really doing here, me and my guy over here, what we're doing is we're doing a ceremonial passing of the hat, you know? Because that's the thing. What my guy was telling me over here was basically like, when I was like, you know, what if he doesn't like the hat? You know, he's like, he's already wearing the hat. So he's already wearing the hat. We are just pulling it forth from the void, right? We are manifesting it into physical to give him that symbolic hat that he already wears. He's already the alchemist. What is an alchemist? Okay, guys, what does an alchemist do? An alchemist helps you to identify your traumas and to transmute them and to turn that into gold, right? That's what an alchemist does. It doesn't always look pretty, you know, it's not always fun because it involves real shadow work. And a lot of people don't like doing that, I've discovered. A lot of people don't like doing that. So yeah, I did end up giving him the hat. I did come down, I did wear my outfit, but that's the other thing too, is that I already know as well that I didn't want to make a huge fuss about it. I kind of wanted to a little bit, but then I'm like, but it's not about me, right? It was a birthday present. It was a birthday Christmas present. Okay, so yeah, I really had to hold down the fort too when it came to that type of stuff, because they really wanted to make a huge, they wanted to buy balloons and cake and do all the whole ordeal. And I was just like, no, we're not doing that. We're just doing this. Like, I'm going to wait till everyone calms down, right? Everyone settles down. And then I'm going to go back upstairs to my room. I'm going to get that. I'm going to put on I'm going to put on the outfit. I'm going to put on the alchemist hat. I'm going to come down there, and we're going to ceremonially pass the hat. You know, like, come be a part of this. Come be a part of this show we're doing. Come be a part of this world. Like, I've got these keys for you. Take the keys, take the hat. And that's the thing, though. I did have to emphasize to him too, like, you do not have to wear the hat. You know, like, you do not ever have to wear the hat. It's a symbol. It's about what it represents. You know, and oh, hi Barry. I just caught my eye for a second. Okay, so back to what we we're saying. So this is what they were doing with me here. Okay, this is how Spirit. I'm literally living a fucking movie, guys. You know how exciting it is? You know how when you get into music and stuff and you close your eyes and you imagine, you're visualizing your daydream. Okay, this is how you build up that excitement for life. Okay, you start to imagine the possibilities, and you need to, that's the thing, you have to take those chances, because even though I was terrified of not only giving the hat away, right, of coming here and talking about it, of coming here and talking about any of the other things I've talked about in all my previous streams, but I've noticed though that the more there's a difference, the fear is a little different. It's not it's scary and it feels shaky inside, but it also is freeing. It's euphoric after I end these things, when I'm really honest with people and I tell people exactly how I've been doing things and how I'm working, right? When I'm like completely raw here with you guys. Every stream I've been doing lately, I have been feeling more free and more free and more free and more lighter and more in alignment with my purpose and more inspired and more excited to do more, while at the same time kind of wanting to pee my pants over it, because I'm like so scared to like really show people this, you know, really say these things. The Crazy Cat Sage. Is that Cody? Are you the Crazy Cat Sage? Are you Cody by chance? Sorry, I hate to interrupt, guys, but if that's Cody, I'm just like gonna be like, oh my God, if that's you. If it's not, then I apologize. You're just the Crazy Cat Sage, and I shouldn't even think such a thing, but you know, but I know a cat person, so no, I'm still waiting for the chat to, no? Yep. Oh! Hi, Cody. How have you been? Oh my gosh, this is, oh, this guy. He was there. He was there for my heart activation. He was there at that day. Wonderful. So lovely to see you in here. Yes, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. Okay. You should text me. You should text me for sure. People have been asking about you every now and then. Okay. So back to what we were talking about though. So yeah, so this is how Spirit worked through me to tell me, to guide me, to get to, because that made a memory for me too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I pushed through that fear and I overcame it, and I showed someone what they truly meant to me. I showed someone who they are to me. You know, and all you can do when you do that is just hope that it's as meaningful to them as it is to you. You know, but either way, knowing you are true to yourself, that's the prize. That's the real gold right there. When you're able to push through those fears and do something that you really want to do, something that really gets you excited. And so I had a great fucking time. I had a great fucking trip. I literally just lived the Greatest Showman for the past month. I've been feeling like that. I'm living in a movie. My life is a musical. I'm always hearing music, which, you know, by the way, I've also heard before that hearing music all the time, when you have something like that clicking, playing in your head nonstop, that supposedly can help stop, like, I could be totally fucking wrong here, guys, but I heard that it could stop like voice of God technology and stuff like that. Like, you can stop that stuff by just having something repeating in your head, which I always thought was kind of funny, because when I get real panicky, okay, that's the thing I have to do, is I have to repeat something in my head, just a statement, a phrase, you know, and just repeat it over and over and over again. You know, but absolutely always pay attention to the songs that get you really excited. Like, there's something more there. There's a reason why you're relating to that song, right? You're feeling it. Okay. And pay attention, okay, to the phrases, the chorus lines, the words from those songs that get stuck in your head that keep repeating. Because I'm telling you, that's how music angels speak. Okay, they get that song stuck in you, and then they just sit there and they loop it until you figure out what it means, right? For you. Okay. Or until like it's the excitement, like eventually it transitions and it fades. You know, that's what sucks about music sometimes is that, you know, you can love a song so much. And then some songs are like this. Some you can love it so much, right? And then you go back like a month or two later to listen to that same song, and it's like it doesn't feel the same anymore because you're out of that. That's a transition song, right? But then there are other songs, you know, there's certain songs for me that I know that I can go back. That okay, you know, the recap that you get on your music app every year, right? I always have one song that I know for sure is going to be on there, and it's a Stroke song. It's The Adults Are Talking. It's my favorite Stroke song. So it was the first Stroke song that I ever really fell in love with. So yes, pay attention to those types of things. Okay. Oh, I did have more to say on that, didn't I? Okay. That's the other thing about the event. You know, as I looked around myself and I saw myself, you know, I remember years ago, one of my girlfriends, she had a dream and she was so excited to tell me about this dream. And I held on to it. And there's a reason why I'm holding on to it even now and sharing this with you. She had this dream that she was, I feel like she was on a dance floor or something like that. And all of her friends, all the people, like she was really feeling a lot of love in the dream, she said. And she said, all of her friends, all of us started to pair up in a dance. And like we were all finding our partners, so to speak. You know, and as I looked around, I realized that, you know, years ago, this is not the group that I would have found myself in. And I even read an article once that said, you know, one of the best ways to find a healthy, good relationship, right? To attract that into your life, one of the best ways to do that is to surround yourself with couples that are in healthy and good relationships. And I looked around and I just thought to myself, holy shit, look where I found myself. You know, I see these beautiful couples, you know, Alex and Victoria, you know, Jennifer and Brian, like 100%. There was another couple there, John and Michelle. And it was just such a beautiful thing to see. I telling you guys, I was just like, wow, like, look where I found myself. Look at the birds of a feather flock together, right? Look where I found myself. I'm surrounded by all these people who are on their mission and they're doing their life's work and they're feeling fulfilled and connected to God. And I'm like, I'm one of those people now, you know? And I was just, I don't know, I was just so pleased with it. And you know, and Spirit also showed me to, like, they pointed out, because here's the thing, some of those people, like there was another couple there, Barry Everson, right? And his new girlfriend, Deb, right? There's people for him specific. Like I prayed for certain people to find partners. And it was just so funny because Spirit was like trying to tell me, like, remember when you said that prayer? Remember when you said that prayer? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, see, it helps. Prayers help, you know? And like I made a heart wish for one of my close friends. I hadn't done something like that in a long time. I made a heart wish in April for a close friend of mine who was at this retreat. And because I saw the beauty in him, right? I saw his feelings for this woman and how badly he just wanted this opportunity just to share his love with her. And, you know, I pulled tarot for him and it didn't come out very good. And so I remember I just like, I honestly didn't see how it would ever happen. I'll be real with you guys. Oh, I'm sorry if he listens to this. I'm so sorry. I honestly did. Was like, I don't know if this could really happen, you know, like, but I wanted to for him because I can see that his heart is just so pure and it's so beautiful. He's got like an angelic feel to him, you know. And so I just prayed, like, God, like my heart wish for him would be this, you know. And I hadn't really done any heart wishes in a really long time because I went through all that trauma for that year, right? And so I had stopped listening to music and I'd stopped dancing. And so I did this heart wish and it ended up working. It ended up working for him too. And I told him about it today, actually. I told him, I'm like, you know, I'm like, I hope that you're okay with it, because I said, you know, God, even if it only gets to be for one night, I'm like, let him have that. Give him that. Let him have that opportunity. And he got more than one night. He got weeks, you know, and I'm just so happy for him. He's part of the fellowship. He was part of the fellowship that got broken. It got fucking broken. Because of a friend of mine, an ex-best friend of mine now. And perhaps now, since we've gotten through all of that, trying to think of yep. And the tarot cards, man, let me tell you, the tarot cards last week. Does anyone remember the 2 weeks ago? The Devil, the Seven of Swords, the Four of Rods. Remember the Four of Rods, like doing stuff, activities in a house. Everything has its place. Let me tell you, this place, it did. They had literally set everything up and everything was just perfect the way it was. Okay, the Four of Rods, like we were basically doing all these activities in the home area, in the home life. It was harmonious for the most part, right? But we also had the Devil and the Seven of Swords. So this is something I did to myself. And I needed to be careful, right, about how much I was sharing with people, okay? Because I was a little nervous at first. I was like, am I going to be able to handle being in this close quarters with this many people for such a long, extended period of time? Because I have a hard time. I need time to myself, you know? I need space. I need to be able to talk to God, you know, and connect with myself. And so I wasn't even sure. But so the Devil card, yep, that definitely came through. All those came through. All right. And then what did we have? We had the Four of Rods with the Adventure Time. We had the Four of Rods, the Ace of Cups, and the Three of Pentacles, which was all about a play, right? It's almost like it was almost about the circus, the Greatest Showman. We had the play, and all the things happened in it. All the things from things. All the things from things, guys. I'm just like, I was sitting there watching it happen. I'm just like, all this stuff. Wow, this tarot stuff, man. I tell you, it's blowing my mind more and more lately. Okay, was that it, though? I just want to make sure before we go on to the next part, before we go on to the tea, and then we pull the tarot cards. Oh, yeah. So it ended not so well. The trip ended. It did. No, I kind of. See, because I still feel great. That's the thing. I still feel really happy, you know, but I definitely got revealed to me someone who I thought was a best friend that wasn't a best friend. We're going to go ahead and take a hit of this. You know what? Let me go ahead and just browse in the chat real quick because I see someone talking a lot and I want to see what he's saying here. Oh, shit. Okay. Okay. The answer I've been searching for. Okay. Yes. I got you, Cody. I remind you of the babe. That's right. He's all about the music too. Chastity and Cody, they're also music people. Real big music people. Always listening. Always dancing. Nice to see you, MKRP4. And Sarah Kitty, I see you in the chat again. My God. Okay. How do I do this now? It's not like she hasn't heard me talk about all this stuff anyway, but so yeah, at the very end, right? The fellowship was going to be broken. Okay. The Boromir character would be my ex-best friend now. All right. And she decided that, again, and here's how the alchemist works. That's right. I didn't bring up that example because it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. So we have this beautiful night, this beautiful Christmas dinner potluck thing. And at the end of it, this girlfriend of mine who had been drinking very, very heavily for days and taking a lot of shrooms for days, she is sitting there and I could tell like she seems upset. And so I go over to her and Chastity, my other friend, Chastity, they're sitting there. And I'm like, what's the problem? You know? And she's like, I'll say it's fucking Taylor Osteen. I'm going to say it. Okay. So Taylor was sitting there and she was complaining about Matthew and Honora, basically. She basically was saying that they didn't acknowledge her, that they basically like dissed her, and she was on a rant about it. And so I'm listening to her because I'm supposedly one of her best friends. So I'm like, okay, you know, what's the problem? And I'm like, that just seems very out of character for what she's describing seems very out of character for Matthew. So I'm kind of like what, you know? And so I tried to say to her, like, I think you're taking it wrong. I don't think that if that happened the way you said it happened, I'm like, I know that they wouldn't be doing that to you on purpose. Like I'm hearing you out, you know what I'm saying? And she just kept saying, you know, I've given these people no reason not to like me. No reason not to like me. And that caught my ear real quick. The fact that she kept repeating that. So I'm like, okay, this is an insecurity of hers, right? And so I said to her, I said, oh, you got it wrong. I thought this would diffuse it. I'm like, you got it wrong, Taylor. I'm like, I said, they don't know you. You know, they haven't known you enough to form an opinion of you. They don't like you one way or the other. They don't know you. Okay. So it's not that they don't like you, you know, like calm down. Like, what is she going on about? And so she says, well, I wasn't the only one who felt that way about them. There was someone else here with me that felt sick to their stomach over them, their negative energy. And so I asked her, who was that? She wouldn't tell me. I called her a coward over that. I said, who was it? And she said, the SSP Golden Boy, the dog that I talk about. She said, he's the one. He's not even at this party. What are you talking about? He is the other one that sensed these bad things coming from them. He's not even here. That's how drunk she was. She didn't even realize. Like, I'm asking you, who was it here that said that? You know? Not the fuck. I said, wait, you're defending the SSP Golden Boy after what you know, what he did, what he put me through? She said, I'm just saying, you know, I wasn't the only one, you know? And I said, well, you know, I said, to be quite honest with you, I said, the fact that you felt negative energy coming off of them in that way, either of them, I said, really just says more about you than it does about them. And I started to get up to walk away, right? Because I was like, I'm done. Like, what else am I going to say to her? And that's when she blurted out. I mean, she said something, and I wish I could. I don't wish, actually, that I could remember it even, because it was just so jarring that, and it was so betraying. Like, first of all, already betraying me with the defending freaking you-know-who, okay? Like, SSP Goldman, defending him, okay? But now, okay, you're not only doing that, but you're basically putting me on blast about feelings, like just normal feelings that I have. Like, you're trying to shame me and humiliate me, and not only just shame and humiliate me, but like take one small aspect of myself, right? Just one small sliver of myself, and then throw it in there, because it's not what she was saying. Here's the thing: the concepts behind what she was saying wasn't what bothered me. What bothered me was her fucking intentions behind it, which was to hurt me, which was to humiliate me, which was to degrade my relationship with Matthew and Honora. And I was blown away. I got up from the table and I just said, you know, I said, you're fucking done. I said, we are not friends anymore. I will be blocking you. And she said, yeah, right. That'll never happen. And so I went and I walked away, right? I walked away after she said that, and I blocked her. I went to the house. I immediately blocked her. I was like, I can't believe the nerve of her. Well, she just kept running her mouth, and she kept saying that this was the reason that she had. This was the only thing the degrading thing that she could think of in order to make me less credible. I'm like, how does that make me less credible? I'm like, I've literally studied with these people for years now. I'm like, and I just said to her, I didn't say directly to her. I said to the other people that were there. I did text her this afterward, though. I just said, I'm like, they have held space for me in ways that allowed me to heal from things that I never thought could be healed. Things that were broken in me that I never thought could be fixed. And this bitch. That's literally what her name on my Instagram, on my messenger was even. She changed it to that. Her name was this bitch. I'm thinking to myself, like, what the fuck? You know, like, I didn't do nothing to deserve that. And now she won't even talk to me. Now she won't even respond to my messages, because I walked away and I was like, I'm not talking about this here. You know, like, everyone was trying to tell her, like, this is not the place for this. Like, this was a good event. Like, you need to stop whatever it is you're doing. This is kind of crazy. You know, she doesn't even express any remorse for it. She betrayed my trust. And shows. I ain't even going to say it again. I'm so close to wanting to say the SSB Golden Boy's fucking name, but At the same time, I don't know why I feel like I just don't want to, because I feel like he doesn't even deserve to have his name come out of my lips, right? He doesn't even deserve that much. That's how much I'm just like, fuck that guy, you know? So anyway, she hasn't talked to me since. I definitely have blown her phone up since, though, because I waited a few days to see if she would come and apologize, and she didn't. And so I'm just going to let it go. I'm just going to, I basically said my piece at this point. I said, you know, the fact that you haven't said anything, you know, the fact that you know that you hurt me, you hurt me, you wounded me, you betrayed me, you know, like if I'm leaning more into my reptilian side, what kind of outcome does she expect from me? Because let me tell you something, disrespect and disloyalty is number one no-no. Number one no-no. So yeah. But you know, Matthew did write her a really nice message, and I'll have to say I have to give him credit for that, because he was a lot nicer than I could be, and he was a lot kinder than I am, you know, honestly. He has a lot of compassion, and yeah, I hope that, I don't know. I don't even know what I hope from this, because I don't see anything changing with her. I just don't. I hope that this all, well, I know that I'm going to be okay in the long run, because a part of me was kind of like, bitch, I do not care. You know, I do not care if you say that and you tell people those things. I don't care, because like, who cares? Like, it was kind of almost a compliment in a way, I felt like. So it was like, wow. But again, it showed me her character. That's what the sad thing was. It showed me her character. So there's the tea. There's how it all went down. We lived the greatest show. I did the hat ceremony. Lord of the Rings thing came through. The fellowship is broken, because the fellowship was me, Taylor, Scott, and Rob Gardner, right? Scott's boy. That was our fellowship. Every single conference we go as a group. It's been broken now. Fellowship is over. All right, we're almost done here. I can see. Okay, we're almost done here. Okay. Oh, let's see what happened here. Hold on, what happened here? Did Barry have to go? Wait a second. Okay, sorry, I'm reading something. I guess I got, okay, a little distracted. Yeah, I love Robert Gardner. He's great. He's a wonderful guy. All right. Let's just clean everything off real quick. Oh, the mirror thing. Yes. Okay, that's what the alchemist, okay, that's what happened. And this is when I realized this was actually a really beautiful thing, quite honestly, I thought, to witness Taylor going through this, right? Because what had happened was Matthew, being the alchemist, and it reminded me, they immediately, Spirit, as I was talking to her, even through this visual, this scene from the Holy Mountain in front of me. And it was the part where the alchemist character, he's working with, I don't even know what to call this character. They don't give him a name. They don't really do a lot of talking. So he's like the Christ character, the Christ child, the son of God, so to speak. Like, he's working with someone who, an ensouled human. Like, I don't know what word to use for it here. They're not really giving me one for some reason. But anyway, so someone like me, right? Like, the alchemist is pushing the mirror forward to this person after they've already transmuted some of the trauma, right? They've transmuted some of it, and he's made some actual gold with it, and he gives it to the guy. Okay, and the guy looks at the gold, and then he looks at his reflection, and he can't even stand to look at his reflection. And he throws the gold, and he breaks the mirror. Okay, and he breaks the mirror, and I think this is my understanding of what I gathered from that. It's because once you have even transmuted that stuff, you still have to face now the memories of all the things you did when you were in those ignorant states, right? All the things, all the mistakes, all the regrets. Okay, and so I feel like the alchemist is pushing that mirror forward to show people who they really are, like what needs to be fixed, right? I feel like that's exactly what happened with Matthew and Taylor. Was he pushed that mirror forward towards her and she didn't like what she saw. You know, it won't have that strong of effect on a person who's doing the work because they'll have processed that already. They'll have processed the shame and the guilt and all the things from the past. They'll have already processed that. Okay, so it won't be as a heavy impact as it will be on the people who have not done that work. And so that is literally, I'm like, I was blown away. I was just like, wow, he's like the strongest mirror for people that I've ever been able to witness right there. You know, she showed me that. She showed me this is what she saw in that mirror, and this was the responses she was having. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I wish her luck on that, but I will not be around to help her fix any of that. So, because you betray me like that, bye, done. Sarah saying bye. Anyway, so let's go ahead and pull that fortune cookie. And I will be back to my Blue Fairy Origins part 5 next week, most likely. If not, but I will have to work a little bit more just because I was gone for so long and couldn't work those days. So trying to make it back up a little bit. Like I had to work yesterday. I didn't want to, but I had to. And that's part of the reason why I felt like I was a little out of place today. I didn't have a full day to write the notes and arrange it all properly. So hopefully this stream wasn't as terrible as it feels like at the moment, but it does go up and down. It changes. I'll be like, oh, this is great. Oh, this is terrible. This is great. This is terrible. It's going to be one of those ones for me. I can tell. So let's go ahead and pull the fortune cookie, the tarot cards, and then we'll leave. And then the gift. That's right. The gift. The other gift. Yeah. Let's see if it looks like that. There we go. Oh, yay. There's cards all over my life. So this is the gift that Honora gave me. Isn't it nice? You know what it is? It's the lens of love. It's a reminder, see, to look at life through the lens of love, because what these are actually is when I look at lights, any light, like these lights, they literally have hearts around them when you look at them through these glasses. I wish there was a way for, oh, wow, even the lights over there. Okay, hold on. I wonder if, let's see, I wonder if it will work to do this. Will it work? Oh, look, yeah, you can kind of see. Okay, let me, look at behind me. Look at the hearts. Look at the lights. This is the lens of love, guys. Always look at life with the lens of love. Look at that. Look at the hearts. Oh, that's so cool. I love that. I got that. And then Matthew gave me a set of tarot cards. All right, the Mystical Melodies. It's a vintage cartoon tarot, which is honestly like, that's definitely my style. It's definitely my style. If you don't think about cartoons when you think about me, like, then you ain't reading my energy right. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull the, you'd probably hurt yourself if you look at the sun, I would imagine, because they don't really have a tint on them or a shade. Yeah. Yeah, okay. All right, we're getting in here. Okay, here we go. All right, what is the collective? What does collective need to hear? What does collective need to hear? Oh, was I a bitch for saying her name? Was I a bitch for saying her name? Just feel like, I don't know. This bitch. Yeah. What does the collective need to hear? Please, for all the people. Hopefully, listing. Would you please give us a message? Learn to appreciate the value of cultural celebrations and traditions. Learn to appreciate the value of cultural celebrations and traditions. Love it. I'm going to take a small bite. I'll put that over there. I think I didn't mess up my mic. Okay. Next part. You stare at the sun for 30 minutes, no glasses, all good, Jim? Interesting. Very interesting. Let it open wide. You're electrified. And the world becomes a fantasy. You're more than you could ever be. You're dreaming with your eyes wide open. No, we can't go back again. Okay, so let's get ready for this tarot. God damn. You have the thing turned down? Oh, that's why. It's about to be dead. Anyway. Okay. Who's ready? God help me. Please assist doing this for me. Let's look. Okay. Last one. Last little one. Okay. Last one. There we go. Let's see what the outcome of all this shit is. I am curious. Okay. So for the next week, let's see what the tarot has to say. For the collective. Trying to just make sure I blank my mind out a little bit and focus on my intention of what I'm trolling for. So sorry, I'm just trying to make sure that I get a good connection. Yeah, there we go. It's ready. Okay, so what did they do? Boom, first card. Oh, babe. Two of Pentacles. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's a. If you're wondering what's going on with my hand here. Oh, pretty. Got henna tattooed. So what do we got? We got the Two of Pentacles. So we are in limbo right now. Okay. We are walking on a tightrope, so to speak. We are just keeping balance. Oh, wow. Look at that. He's got the head of the alchemist on right now. Okay. So this is the head of the alchemist. He's working on something. Okay. It's on like it's a bit juggling, right? Okay. There's a wave coming behind. This is not like a crisis situation, but it isn't something that can be maintained forever. Okay, it's a balance, right? Actually, wait. Let me change that up. Okay. No, they are saying like, no, the balance. You could walk this balance for her, right? You could. Okay, but it's about making sure you maintain that balance. Okay, not letting yourself get carried away with the emotions. I feel like this is what they're saying to me with the waves behind here. Okay, because these waves look like they could come and they could just wash over them. Okay, but if you keep things balanced, then they won't. So let's pull another card. Okay, that's the feeling I'm getting from that one. There's above, so below type of thing going on here too. Let's see if they pull my attention anywhere else. It's very interesting. Okay, anyway. Next part of the message. So we got the Two of Pentacles. This is about balance. All right. Tell us more about this. Collective. Boom. You got the Queen of Swords. Okay. So this is a woman who is definitely keeping her guard up right now. She's like, the first thing that I noticed right here is just her breastplate and how it's going all the way up to her throat. Like she's suited up. She's ready to go. Okay. Boom. Okay. At her hilt here. Ready to go. Okay. Interesting. And obviously she's not too happy. All these words have been said over here. We got all these swords energy going on here. And so she's kind of looking at it like there's a lot of words that have been weaved. They're all on top of each other. Obviously, the Queen of Swords is also a person who could use their words very swiftly, can cut very quickly. Okay, they can be like charming and witty and all those things. Like they've conquered. I don't want to say conquered. Like they are very good at communicating. They're very good at knowing how to say the things that they want to say in a certain way. But like honestly, it's like even her face is looking very kind of like. Argh. So this Queen of Swords is not feeling too happy right now. Okay, like the thing I'm used to seeing though is I'm used to seeing most of the queens and kings. They usually have a third eye charm right here. They don't have that on there this time. So it's like we're looking with just our physical eyes, so to speak, is what I'm feeling like. Okay, so again, we got this balancing act that's going on. It's like this can't stay this way forever. Okay, the shoe's got to drop at some point. All right, like, but perhaps it could stay that way forever. We don't know for sure. Okay, either way, you just have to not be carried away by the emotions. Okay, and we got some woman who's ready for battle here. She's suited up. She's ready to fight with her words. And she's got people defending her, like I said, with those roses there on the bottom. Let's pick up the last card, though. What's the last card? I mean, obviously, you guys could probably, I'm thinking you probably can see how I could relate to this. So I hope that you are relating to this in your own way. Sometimes that's the thing. I feel like when I'm pulling for the collective, sometimes I feel like, am I just pulling a straight, like this? I'm just showing people my reading. Like, is that what I'm doing? Like, but I know that's not the case because I watch other people that pull for the collective and I relate to a lot. I relate to other people's spreads all the time. So that's what you have to follow your gut, that spark, that energy of excitement, that where spirit's like leading you, like, oh, there you go. There it is. It goes for that. And just go where your mind goes first. That's the last part of the message for the collective. What's the last part of the message? Yep, we got those two cards. What's the last part? What's the last part? Boom. Okay, wow. Four of Pentacles. Victor. Were you getting that feeling? That's so funny. Okay, yeah. So we'll do the Adventure Time ones too before we go out of here. We'll do one pull for we'll do the Adventure Time and then we'll leave. Okay, because obviously this one is very much for me. Obviously, look at that. We got the Four of Pentacles, but I hope that you guys can somewhat relate to it in your own way. Okay, so clearly this guy has put himself in a box. This guy has got a lot weighing on his head. His heart. He needs clearing. The root chakra. The crown chakra. Like there's something major going on there for him. Okay. He's holding on to stuff maybe a bit too tightly. It's not the best place to be. It's not the worst place to be. I'm gonna just be real with you guys. I feel like this is like the situation between me and Taylor. I feel like this is it. Literally showing you guys like this is it. This is the situation, right? So we're in limbo right now. Oops. Here's me all ready to fight. Like, bitch, I'm gonna get you, you know? And then she's kind of hiding. Okay, this is her. This would be her for me. She's hiding, keeping to herself. Obviously, she's got a lot weighing on her mind and on her heart. So she's definitely got a lot of energy there, but that's been there. She needs to freaking clean that shit out. She needs to clear that. And I'll pray for her. I will pray for her. Because I pray for all of my soul family. And I love them all. You know? Okay. So, yes. That's the reading for the collective. I hope you can relate to that in some way. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull out the Adventure Time tarot cards. Because I want to see what the Adventure Time ones have to say too. Yes, I hope so. I do. I want peace. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, you know, not eventually. I mean, I want peace. Okay, but eventually I just do not see us getting to a place where we're ever going to be close like we were again. And I think that's what makes me sad. Because, you know, like I keep tapping into it. I keep trying to tap into it. I keep trying to see, like, how can I go back to just being a normal friend again, right? So I keep asking myself. I don't see it. I don't see how it could be. Yeah, I know. We're almost done. We're almost done. Okay, so one more and we're out. This was, see, that I knew because I was so emotional. I had a feeling. I was like, I pulled for the collective. I'm going to be pulling just straight for me. Where that's why I stopped. That's why I was like struggling just to even do that. But now I feel like we'll be able to get a little bit farther. And then I gotta head on out. Yes, I do. I gotta head on out. Okay, so this is for the collective, for all the people in the chat, not just for me. For all the people in the chat. All the people watching now and in the future. Yeah, we might. Yep. Okay, there we go. All right. Just got to put the two halves back together. Yes, 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 yes. All right, for the collective. All right, please. Let me get in that space again so I can actually pull from the collective. All right, the first card we got is the Knight of Coins. All right, so we got Lemon Grab here. We know this guy. He's a bit of a sourpuss. Okay, he's got his own unique ways, which is pretty opposite to the rest of the Candy Kingdom. Okay, but he does, look at that. He's got this pentacle in his hand, so he's definitely got something of real value here. All right, the Knight of Coins. So he's on a journey. The Knight of Coins is on a journey to find out where he can go to show this off. Where can he take this gift that he has, this treasure? You know, this is the type of guy who he wants to be included. He wants to be invited. No, but it's just not going to happen for him. He's got to just go. He's just got to get up and go. He's got to take this. He's got to take this treasure to these people. I actually see little people. I see people in the background here, some shadows. So, but he is always he's looking over his back. Okay, so the Knight of Coins is also someone who's a slow mover, right? They're very slow to do things. It's heavy earth energy. But this particular character, this card, shows him looking like a little bit side-eye. Like he's looking behind him like, the fuck? What's going on back there? He's like, so what's going on behind you? I don't know. Not too happy with that guy right there, huh? So anyway, the Knight of Coins, we got him. He's going to need you, that actor, that energy is going to need you to be willing to take yourself to the people. Be willing to take that move and go first. Okay? Yeah. Okay, first one. Second one. What's the next part? What's the next part? Okay, here we go. Ooh, the Ten of Cups. We get a happy ending here. Okay, so this is a conclusion of something. An ending, but endings always lead to beginnings, right? This is the ultimate happy ending, though. This is like everyone is happy. Everyone gets what they want. Okay. Oh, my. Okay. I see. So, all right, we got... I'll show you how I look at it. There we go. So this is how it looks like to me when I put it down. We got this guy, and he is looking back at that. He's looking back at that Ten of Cups. Lemon Grab is. He's looking at Jake and Lady Rainicorn and how happy they are. Okay, because they belong together. These people belong together. All right. Shit. Just drop that card. It's a very pretty card. But this, again, this is like, I mean, oh, a little heart coming out, Jake. So it's like, yeah, this is like I said, the ultimate happy ending. Everyone is happy in the long run here. Like all the people that are involved in this situation are happy. Let's pull one more card. I'm getting, yeah, I'm ready. Last part. So we got that Knight of Rods. Yep, we have 10 of Cups. What else? What's next? What's the last part of the message? What's the last part? What's the last part? Boom. There it is. The 9 of Wands. Okay. So we already know that the Nine of Wands is about making that final push. That final push to be successful, to finish the race. Okay, like what's the next card? It would be the 10 of Wands. So again, this is like this is that step to the closing. Okay, it's like if you do not push forward, you won't be successful. You can't give up. I know you're wounded. I know you don't want to keep going. You know what I'm saying? But this is something you've already been doing for past life again and again and again. And every time you get to this point, okay, you don't push and you don't finish the race. So it's time to finish the race, especially if we got, see, it's the Knight of Coins. The Knight of Coins, he's got to be willing to go to places to share his treasures with people. Okay, he's looking at the 10 of Cups. So he wants that happy ever after ending. He wants something like that, right? Okay, but the thing is if he doesn't push and he doesn't take actions and make the moves, okay, the things that he wants is not going to happen. They won't. You'll just fail at it. Okay, so, but let's go ahead and look at this particular, because, you know, these characters, I usually go into the character a little bit in the actual show. All right, so this character particularly, this is a snow golem. This is a snow golem. And it just so happens when he was working, this fire dog got lost from his family. Okay, so this fire dog was lost and just creating havoc in his life a little bit. But at the same time, he kind of liked him. He thought he was a really cute dog, so he started taking care of him. And he was you know, but he's made out of snow. They're like opposites, right? Elemental opposites. And so what he did was he decided to go ahead and make the move. He did the thing. He pushed through, and he took this lost fire dog, which was a baby fire dog, okay, and he went into the Firelands. He pushed himself into the Firelands as a snow golem to find the family of this baby fire dog. And he did. He was successful at it. So see, and he almost died from it. Even he almost melted. And yeah. So this is why I love the Adventure Time tarot cards, because the stories that are from the actual characters and stuff, they really do vibe with the card that is assigned. I mean, what a good episode to demonstrate the Knight of Wands. You know, push forward, keep going. You're going to be successful in that mission. And here's the thing. And after he did return the fire dog to his home, okay, back to his family, he went back to, you know, to his home in the snow kingdom, whatever the snowy parts of the kingdom. And the fire dog family actually brought the baby dog back to visit him, because he really did love him. And that's the thing. He wanted to keep them there with him. He liked having them there as a companion. But if he didn't take them back to his family, okay, then he would not have survived in the long run. He knew that. So he had to make that sacrifice. And so because of his sacrifice, he was rewarded. And the reward he got was having visitations with the fire dog, right? So yes, ultimately, oh yeah, I love Adventure Time. I'm going to watch some more of that tonight. Anyway, that was good. I feel good about that. I like that one. So just keep going. Just keep pushing. You know, keep going forward. You got to, if you want that happily ever after, you have to keep pushing forward. to get it. Okay. And on that note, our musical presentation has ended for the night. Again, I had a great time here with y'all. Is there anything else that anyone wants to say in the chat? If not, forever hold your peace. Thank you, Brayden. Thank you. Thank you, Queen Victor. Thank you, Victor. Wow. Hold on. I'm reading what Jim said now. I stared at it for 30 minutes. He says, Victor said I wouldn't recommend that. That's funny. He's done it dozens of times. Jim has stared at the sun for dozens of times and it changes color. It's really cool. How do you not burning? Your retina is doing that. That's amazing. That's kind of crazy. I mean, I have heard of that thing before. Yeah. Could be a bit of a boring stream for some people here today. But I didn't have time to work on my part 5. You know, I didn't have time to work on that when I was on vacation. So I figured we need to just go over this. Yes. Happy holidays, guys. Merry Christmas and happy holidays. I am getting ready to end this stream. Yeah, hopefully it's not changing the colors. Wait. Hopefully. Yeah, right? That's what I was thinking. I'm like, okay, well, it could be. But I mean, obviously he's still seeing in the colors now, right? Yeah. All right, I'm leaving. I love you guys. And I will be back. And take care. Have a great holiday. Yeah, definitely. Oh, like, share, subscribe, right? Yeah, see you next time. It's always a pleasure, Victor. Thank you for coming. Really, truly, thank you guys all for coming. And please hit the thumbs up button on your way out. I really love you. I care about you guys. And let me know if you have any advice for me in the freaking comments. You know, seriously, like I want to know, like, what do you think about all this stuff, guys? Let me know what you think. And on that note, I'll see you next time.